Okay, so we're recording. Welcome to the call, everyone. We've had a nice little chit chat before, so we'll get right into it. Confession, I've had an easy week. I spent quite a bit of time with Craig. Quite often up till now, I would actually feel guilty doing that. And I suddenly thought the other day, why do you think we do Juice Plus? So we've got choice. So I did, and you know what? I really enjoyed it, and I've probably had more success this week when I'm working flat out, so go figure. So what I want to do, as you know, last week I came on briefly. It was supposed to be briefly to say I wasn't terribly well, didn't really feel up to doing the call, but did half of it anyway. So I'm going to sort of refresh on what we did that call, plus a few little extra bits. So probably on the scene and behind the scenes this last week, I've been a lot of calls with NMDs, and you've probably seen and heard a lot of it. Everyone is talking about the Eric Worre GoPro. So it wasn't just the Eric Worre GoPro on the Gold Coast that we went to, $400 or $500 a ticket. Afterwards, and he didn't announce this until the thing, so most WA people couldn't go, but he announced a 2-day Beyond Leadership thing, $7,500, which a few people went to. I know Adam Westwick went and Anthony Golay went. And then there was also another big coaching session you could have with Eric privately. It was another $7,500. Obviously, no one from WA went to that. But the thing is, what's come out of it is that all of us, the 8 or 9 of us who went over from WA, they weren't all NMDs. We have all absolutely come back thinking this is it. Not necessarily for your DMO or anything, but he is just such a good trainer. And as I said to you last week and in other messages, I got more out of the GoPro thing in Queensland than I've gotten out of training for 20 years. That's a huge statement. So I did announce last week that part of the Team Builder of the Year prize will be a ticket to that. Assuming it goes on, they have to get 3,000 people. And Celine Egan, one of our owners, has actually pledged that Juice Plus will have at least 500 people there, which is huge. It'll be on the Gold Coast. But anyway, there'll be a ticket for one of you, whoever becomes Team Builder of the Year. And I'd like to think that other people will actually, particularly as they start to do well in the next 7, 8, 9 months, they'll actually put some money aside and decide to go. Because if you can get some cheap airfares and the accommodation when you all bunk in together, my 2 nights cost $98. So, you know, Tamara found a fantastic apartment, blah, blah, blah. But it was amazing. So if you remember last week, I sort of discussed the fact that I had posted on our team page a TED Talk. And basically that TED Talk, once I got past the first 10 minutes, which was a little bit fluffy, the last 10 minutes said, we all, to a degree, we know what to do. We just don't do it enough and consistently. Who here knows what they do to become a really successful Juice Plus person? I do. Yeah, that's what I thought. Tina, do you, lovey? We can only see your forehead. Do you know what to do to be a really successful Juice Plus person? Yeah, no, you're not sure?
Sorry, I was unmuted, so I was talking to myself.
You actually know what you need to do, don't you?
I think I do. I'm redefining what I need to do to be more realistic with my circumstances. So I'm kind of rediscovering what I need to do.
And that's a beautiful statement, and thank you for sharing, because, guys, welcome, Xavier. This is what I'm all about now. I know I do not want to overload you. I do not want you to feel overloaded. I don't want to feel overloaded. I want a life. And there is a really easy way to do this, guys, and I'm actually proving it. So what I want to share with you is, are you a procrastinator? We went into this a little bit, or a prioritizer, or a prioritizer. I don't want to say, you know, you either procrastinate and don't do what we need to do with Juice Plus, or you prioritize what you need to do and you do it. Like Lee was just saying on that previous call, the non-negotiables. So if you remember, those of you who are on, what I've been saying the last few weeks is, yes, we've had so much thrown at us. There's Simon Chan's DMO, then there's talk about Eric Warren GoPro, but right from the beginning, we have always treated Eric's book GoPro. If you bother to read it, again, listen to the audios, again, like Lee was saying, don't listen to music or watch TV. It won't actually take you long to read that book again or listen to the audios and do it over and over again. It can be like our Bible, but instead of thinking of Eric Warren is going to supply you with this fantastic DMO, he's got a lot of the good verbiage and stuff like that. So here's basically what I'm saying. When I talk about procrastinators and a non-prioritizer, so when you're fluffing around your office or doing a few things, you're doing some activity. It's not actually producing something. It probably makes you feel as though you're doing something. Oh, let's do our vision board. Does that really produce anything? Not knocking a vision board, but doesn't produce anything. Okay, when you are getting all your things ready, getting customer care files ready, photocopying things, you're not really producing anything. You're getting organized so that when you really get that action happening and producing, you're ready and organized. The majority of us can say that we don't really do a lot of productivity stuff. Even if we talk about 5 days a week, let's say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, if we just got whatever DMO you want to follow, if we prioritized and really did them non-negotiable and in a priority manner. And I think I shared with you last week that I've been saying to you for the last 12, 18 months, I've had my big aha moment and I'm not in management anymore and all that. But actually, to a degree, I still was until I really almost got bullied by Sarah Zammit in watching her do that 3-5-5-5-3 and getting organized with it and doing it. I now have something that I can walk into this office, or indeed, if I chose to sit down the beach with my phone, and I can actually do it. And like this week, I've been really slack, and that's a cop-out because just because Craig's home, once you have this system down pat, it doesn't take long. So before you're all panicked, remember last week I said, if it scares you, why don't you think about 2 posts, add 2 friends, invite 2 people, not sure if this is for you, may or may not be up for you, out of left field, etc. 2 of those, then 2 that you actually follow up, someone you maybe sent that to 3 days before or a week before or whatever, and then maybe just 1 or 2 people who agree to either do a 3-way call or have coffee with me or come to an event at tomorrow's or whatever it is, or go in the whatever group. Now, I'm going to put a bit of ammunition to what I'm trying to say to you. I'm trying to really encourage you to grasp it and get rid of any blocks. Have you noticed Sarah Zammit welcoming a few people, new BFs? That's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. And I was with her when she first was in contact with that German girl she welcomed today. And we were trying to find out the German marketing plan and we were contacting contacts and all sorts of things. We worked together, sideline. So it does happen. So in our day, your very first thing you should be doing, if you've got snatches of time or if you've got an hour, you need to do either the DMO that you will do, which is a productivity one, like the 3-5-5-3, or do the numbers that you want, but at least do that. Because it is so me to come in here and get caught up with doing messages to you guys, doing customer care, updating a document, thinking I'm doing stuff, and it's not. And I tell you what, and I'm praying and praying. I've got 2 people coming to tomorrow's tomorrow. And I tell you what, that's been a long time coming for me. So I can actually stand here and say, even though I feel I had my aha moment 18 months ago and got out of management, still hadn't really learnt the lesson. I wasn't doing enough of a productivity DMO to be the example for you guys. So I always put on customers. I usually get 1, 2, maybe 3 a month. Whether it's myself or Craig, they go under, it doesn't matter. But franchisees, I haven't been, because I have not prioritised a productivity DMO. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. Who's ready to really adopt or are already adopting productivity prioritised DMO? Who's doing it already to a degree? Beautiful. Keep your hand up put your hands back up if you are doing a DMO, a good productivity prioritised one. Keep your hands up if you're trying to do the Simon Chan one. Fabulous. Okay. So now, for those of you who are, and someone like Nicole, I can understand if Nicole wasn't doing this. She's actually doing quite well getting customers from her business. She's focusing on her business. And eventually she does want this to be full-time and a lot. But you're not going to do this properly until you get rid of the blocks and you really, really understand it. So I have definitely got Sarah coming on our call as guest trainer next week. So I want you to try and practice this week, doing as much as you can. And if you're like me at first saying, no, this is the new thing, it's too hard, I don't really want to do social media, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too whatever, busy, get over that block. Because even though I don't ever want you to forget the face-to-face stuff, it is the future. It is what we need to do. And the other thing is, these are people you don't know. It's not as though it's one of your friends of 15 years you're going to be really embarrassed doing anything. If they don't come back to you or they say no, it's not going to hurt you. You've got to get over the fact, oh, I don't like to do that on Facebook. These are strangers who could become your next NMDs. Do you want it or you don't? So we've got people out there telling us that this works. And, you know, I was just on another call at 7 o'clock. Abby and Val are quite friendly with Anthony Gollet and a few others who were privy to go to that $7.5 thing, and they've been sharing some things. What most teams, you know how like in my team, I might have like our team, a leadership group or a hustle group of people who really want it. Some of these big teams, they really only work with 5 or 6 people. Those 5 or 6 people have had to prove themselves first, that they've put on at least 10 new personal frontline franchisees. And then they go into a group, which is the mastermind group. We're not quite there yet, and I love you anyway, but you've got to start somewhere. So I will definitely be leading from the front doing this DMO, and I intend, because Craig's going in the morning, I intend to make this absolutely a priority, my DMO, so that when Sarah is talking to us on Monday night, I really can say, yes, I've done that and I understand. Because what she will explain, I'm going to try and get her to go very slowly and show you how to do it. And I think one of the things I shared last week, so any of you who are thinking, oh, but I only have snatches of time, okay, decide to do your 5, or if you're only doing 2, your 2 ads. Add 2 friends. Walk away. That just took you 3-4 minutes. You know, like today I've done, I think I did 2 posts because I saw something a bit cute and I did that. I went on to another group that I'm in and did a post, and I think I made a comment somewhere. There's no way I've done my 3-5-5-3 today. And I've acknowledged that. I've been slack as with Craig here and it's been lovely. So I'm back onto it tomorrow. So the rest of your snatches of time, once you've got this, and also don't expect results straight away. I've hardly got anything out of it yet, but I can feel this, you know, some friendships building and some relationships. Not that you want to go on and on and on and on and on, but if you're doing it properly, you just can't believe how easy it is to add friends. And just to ask the question, you know, I know this is out of left field. It may or may not be for you. It's so easy. Cut and paste from your notes. Okay, so then after that, the important things for me would be my customer care, and it should be for all of you. And as we're going, all the people who went to Queensland are going to be sharing the Eric Worre things. So that's general training. We're going to be talking about verbiage and closing and duplicating and all sorts of things, and you'll really enjoy it. You can sit and listen to all that, take all your notes, you're still not going to have productivity. So I would say to you, if you're not going to do, and it's okay if you don't, if you're not going to do the Simon Chan DMO, if not that, what? What are you going to do? What are you going to do to make yourself accountable to yourself to do that? Did anyone happen to see that quick little thing I did in Messenger to the team about calling your sponsor or myself? Do you know, in my 20 years, when I've had people come and go in the team, that is human nature. But the people who've really gone and gotten up there are the ones who are in contact with me. Now, you're not going to be in trouble, or I'm not going to think you're a terrible person if you're not ringing me 2 or 3 times a week. But if you want this, why wouldn't you ring someone who you can get excited with, who can maybe give you advice, who can inspire you, or can say, look, what I might do, I'd tweak it here. It can be a 2-minute call. It can be a half-an-hour call. So that's what I'm saying to you. This business, you've got to be excited, inspired, and really into it. It doesn't matter if you're an introvert. It doesn't matter if you don't want to go on stage and speak. This is just 2 people having a chat on the phone. It works. Nicole, I've got to share something funny. I know this is recorded. I can see your reflection in the back, and I thought it was some sort of squirrel sitting on your shoulder. Sorry, that was an aside. Sorry, it's my eyes, and I've got my lenses in. It's a good recording. Okay, so whatever DMO you're doing, if you're doing the Simon Chan DMO now, what would you score yourself out of 10? And I'm not actually talking the numbers, because if you're not up to the numbers, it's okay. But actually, you've really grasped it. You know what you're doing, and you're doing a couple of little bits. I would barely give myself a 5 out of 10. Okay, Xavier, thanks for your honesty. 3. Mel, what about you, love? 4. Okay, anyone else doing the DMO yet? You give yourself 4? Okay, so we've got a lot of learning to do, a lot of sharing, and a lot of encouraging. Sorry, I can see some chat. 2 from Tina, 2. Yeah, okay. So I would like to think, and I'm going to put it in my diary afterwards, in 4 weeks' time, I'd like to think that all of us on this call at least will be giving ourselves a 7 or 8 out of 10. Because, really, it's there. We're going to be taught to do it. You're going to do it. It's just a matter of doing it. And I honestly believe, now that I'm doing it a little bit, at first I thought, Sarah, I know you're young, you can do all this sort of business. You can do it in 30 minutes easily. And Simon particularly says, don't jump from one to the other. Don't add one friend, then go and do a follow-up. Just decide, okay, I'm going to do the follow-ups. So you flick back. Was everyone on the call last week and I showed you the extra diary to buy, to purchase? So basically like that. So you've just really got 3, 5, 5, 5, 3. You've got your 3 ads and you bought 1, 2, 3. So you can actually write the people. So if you want to do a follow-up, you can either go and scroll through all your messages, or you go back 2 or 3 pages and you can see a follow-up person who hasn't been ticked off and go and put in as a follow-up that day. It's a real easy system, but you're not going to know it works until you do it. And I can honestly say I have not given it my full attention, but I'm excited about it. Okay.
Can I just ask a question?
Please do. Yeah.
So does Simon say to add all your friends in 5 or 10 minutes? So you do all the friends first and then you go and do the...
No, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter as long as it gets done for the day. If you've just got, say for example, you've just got you've noticed in your messenger you've got a really nice positive message back, and the person, you've invited them, may or may not be up to you, but would you be open? And the person said, oh yeah, I'm open. That's exciting. So I'd be doing follow-up. I'd get straight onto that. And when you've done that, think, okay, flick back in your diary. Okay, while I'm there, I'm going to do 2 more follow-ups. Or if you're doing the 5, do 5. Yeah. Definitely you don't have to do the friends because, you might be doing a post at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in one of your groups and you can see someone there who's commented or done something or liked something and you just try there. Do you know, I rarely get rejected when I ask someone to add as a friend. So, what have we got to lose? Okay. The other thing I just want to share with you, I just want to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. Okay. Last week, I think you'll all agree if you were on it, Tamara did an amazing call, just the introduction to the Eric Worre GoPro. It really was amazing. And I started writing some notes, and I always try and go back and look at my notes. And there are a couple of things there that weren't comfortable with me, some of the verbiage. And I thought, well, if I'm feeling that way, there might be some of you. So I'd just like to share with you some little changes I've made to these notes. So obviously, us as a team, Team Angels, we've been through this time and time again. We know we've got to do our beliefs. Has anyone done their beliefs lately and scored themselves out of a 10? Okay. Just make sure you're at least 7 or 8 out of 10. Really, if you want to, and we're not talking about saving the world, we all know we want to help people, but if you want to, business-wise, really make some money so you have choices from this business, you need to have 10 out of 10 per product. Would you agree? You need to have 10.
What is this, the beliefs for like the industry and the product? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, product, industry, product, our company, the industry, and belief in yourself.
Oh, okay.
And your ability to do this. Okay, so we need to be 10 out of 10. I can see you smirking, Joe.
You know what
Okay, so 10 out of 10 per product, it must be. And seriously, 10 out of 10 for our company, well, that can be even me as a leader, that can be our company, that can be hunters and gatherers supporting us, Peter and Louise and Celine. I just think they're amazing. I think it's amazing what they do. So I'm there. And you know what? I would, if I'm really, really honest, see, when they say belief in network marketing, you've got to look at it 2 ways. Some people will think, oh, I still think there's a bit of a stigma there, and I worry that some people don't understand, and they don't. But I like to tweak that a little bit, so I want to see if you can understand me. Can you look at other people's success stories and believe that this network marketing can be a success for anyone if you're prepared to step over that line? So don't worry too much about the stigma and that. We are what we are, and you're bound to come across some people. But in my heart, I always say, if I'm a bit embarrassed or starting to feel that little thing, I think, are these people going to pay my bills? Are these people going to bring my husband home? Are these people going to pay for my amazing travel? No, they're not. So what I want to share with you, because I think the real message with Eric Worre is that you're going to have to be uncomfortable. You're going to have to be bold, because he says the big catch is you have to accept that there's a decreased esteem by uneducated people thinking less of you. The moment that you can let go, or we can let go of what people think of us, will be the most freeing moment of our life. So we've got to let it go. You know what? If I was Kira Westwick, oh my God, to be blonde and gorgeous like that, but if I was Kira Westwick and earning 80, 90 grand a month, I'd be good at doing some under my breath words and signs and saying, up yours. Get stuffed. I don't care. Her bills are being paid very nicely, thank you. Do you think she cares what anyone thinks? She's got this lovely following, and we can have that too. So and also to lose that employee mentality. Like none of us should be waiting for someone to do it. Like I admit, I lean on Tamara and what she does. She's brilliant at it. I don't want to do everything. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I've spoken with some of the leaders in our group. We don't need to break away and do our own thing. It's all there for us. Why would we? Especially now we've got the what if groups, we've got the transformation hub, we've got the Tuesday nights at tomorrow's, we've got the Facebook Live things. There's everything, and the VIP customer care things. Someone asked me when the next date was at. I have got something in my diary, but I don't know if that's correct, so I won't say yet. So if it's going to be, it's up to me. So the verbiage that I want to share with you, because to me it was just too fancy Nancy. It says, have you, I think she said, have you ever thought about being an entrepreneur? Most people wouldn't even know what an entrepreneur was. Would you agree? That's just not everyday lingo. So have you ever thought about having your own home-based business? What if there was a way I could show you how you can with no risk, with little to no risk? No, just with no risk. It sounds a lot easier, doesn't it? Have you ever thought about having your own home-based business? Yes or no? What if there was a way I could show you how you can do that with no risk? So it's just verbiage that feels a bit easier. Then there was something else I changed as well. Oh yeah, so if someone said look, someone won't necessarily say, is this one of those things? Or they might actually say, is this network marketing? Out and proud and loud, you just say, yes, it is. We coach people, with network marketing, we coach people to sell quality products through word of mouth advertising. I'll say that again. With network marketing, we coach people to sell quality products through word of mouth advertising, and these products and the whole thing makes a difference to people's health and their life. If you just scribble that down and make it sound comfortable yourself. Now, how I've said that, it's very stilted. So for me, I would still have to work on that statement. That looks and sounds very scripted. But you can do that in your own words without fluffy words or the wrong words, and it will really work. Okay, so pretty much, I think what I was trying to also to say in my message earlier was that I would like to see a lot more connection in the team, because let me tell you, one of the big things that came out of the 7.5 brand thing with Eric Warre was culture. It was the culture of people being recognised, having fun. Like you might be called the Blonde Bombshells or something. We're Team Angels. It's not exactly original. It was Hills Angels on Hells Angels. But the thing is, we need to connect more. We can already see in some of our groups how we all help each other. We need to get excited. We need to be out there and up there. So before you know it, it will be, oh gosh, it's nearly Christmas. And then Christmas and the holidays will be over and we'll think, oh my God, it's not long till conference. And then there's another year we're at conference. And I think it was Nicole who said to me, I'm damn well not going to be a sales coordinator next conference. So we don't want that. So except for some people who are lucky enough to be going to Phuket for a holiday, it's time for all of us, it's time for all of us to really start work. Get into action, guys. We can be fluffy and pretty and nice on social media, but we need to produce some results. So it's really, really gorgeous to see. I think it's Fiona, Carolina, and Joe who've got really great new customer acquisitions this month. So I know Craig and I've got 2. So where are the rest of us? My report, even though I could go in and have a look, it only shows me if someone's got 3 or more. The rest of it, I'd have to go and investigate. So all of us, particularly those of you who are trying to really build up your customer base and be a qualifying business. And when I say a qualifying business, I mean qualifying with your customers, not relying on roll-up from team. Does everyone understand what I'm saying? So that 1,800 comes from you and your own orders and maybe your 20 to 30, 35 customers. Anything else is extra. Okay, well, I'm not going to go on any longer, guys. I'm going to stop recording.